You ever heard the one about the Baltimore stockbroker? The Baltimore stockbroker? Back in the, for a long time, in any kind of sales literature, stockbroker literature and sales techniques back in the old days when stockbrokers were salesmen, not financial advisors, you would read about, I mean, this is going back, maybe even Napoleon Hill or whatever, I can't remember. But anyway, it's been a long time, in the last probably 100 years, where you had this guy in Baltimore, all right? He's got you can look it up, and I hate to say you can Google it, you can DuckDuckGo it. Put a thing what you should say instead of Google. You can't say you should DuckDuckGo it. That doesn't flow. You can't say you should duck it because that means you're going to be ducking it. You should quack it. I don't know. What would be a good thing to say instead of Google? Like, you can Xerox something, everybody knows what that means. You can FedEx something, everybody knows what that means. What would be the alternative to Google? All right, so anyway, here the Baltimore stockbroker says, I got a list of 12,000 names in the white pages. And for you who are new to life, the white pages used to be the phone book you get every year. You have the white pages of all the registered telephone users in that county, whatever. And then you have yellow pages of advertisements. And I'm telling you, you'd always go look it up and you look at the white and or the yellow pages. It's funny watching some old like Back to the Future of 1985, and he looks at the yellow page, or he looks at the white pages, he rips out. It's just funny because no one, literally, that doesn't happen anymore. It's insane. So in this case, we're going to say this guy is going to spend $20,000 on a campaign in which he's got 12,000 names from the white pages. He is saying at the end of the day, I'm going to call the market goes up, or I should say up, not yes. I'm going to say the market is going to go up or down. So every month, I'm going to send to my list a call of the market going up or down. But what I'm doing actually is I'm sending 6,000 is going to go up and 6,000 is going to go down. You see what I'm saying? So in this case, we have 12,000 names. We're going to say 6,000 is going to go up, 6,000 is going to go down. So we know for a fact the next month, 6,000 of those people got the right call. So the next month, we're going to say 3,000 people, we're going to say the market goes up. 3,000 people, the market goes down. So we know for a fact the very next month, and I'm just using round numbers here, 3,000 have got yes. So for the next month, we know 3,000 people are 2 for 2. Now we know we're just going to say 1,600. We'll just say for simplicity, 1,600 just to make it nice around. Half of the 3,000 left will get a call for the market to go up. Half of the 3,000 left will get a call for the market to go down. So we know at the end of the day, 800 will have received the correct call. So they are now 4 for 4. They're like, man, I'm batting 4 for 4. Then the next month he does the same thing, 400 and 400. And now for 400 people, they're 5 for 5. And what's going on here is those 400 people say, this guy seems like he knows what he's talking about. Now they have no clue. They have no clue that the other 11,600 were not 5 for 5. So there's 11,600 that are left on the side saying that guy's an idiot or just threw the stuff away. But 400 people now are 5 for 5. Now the next month he's going to say 200 and 200. And now 200 people are left 6 for 6. And so on until you get down to 8. And by the time you're down to 8, these people are 12 for 12. And those 8 people are saying, I think I'm going to invest with this guy. Because even if he's wrong, he'll still have been right 1 of 12 times. You see what I'm saying? Or 1 of 13 times. So let's just say the average investment that this guy, the average commissions that is generated from this guy is $10,000. I'm just using that for example. It costs him $20,000 for the campaign, and he's getting $10,000 times 8, so he's getting $80,000. He is making a $60,000 profit on the fact all he's doing is going through this and saying it's going up or it's going south. Now again, at the end of the day, if these people are wrong, they're still saying, well, the guy was still, again, 1 out of 13 was wrong. That means 12 out of 13 is right, so he'll probably be right again. And the only reason this guy's right or wrong is because it's just literally flipping a coin. Is the market going up or south? And so in this case, still, let's just say after a year, 4 of these 8, leave them, right? 4 of the 8 said this guy's an idiot, or even after a couple months, I gave him some money to invest. It cost him $10,000 commissions. He was wrong. This guy doesn't care, so they're gone. So then he does it another year, and another year, and another year. His newsletter is very explicit, saying, I have a track record that is 12 out of 12 of my picks were correct. Now, will that fly according to the SEC? I don't know, because I had a guy reach out to me yesterday and was really lambasting me on my call of Ginnie Mae's, where I said, look, I said, dude, I think you have the wrong guy. I love Ginnie Mae. But the facts are you can lose money in Ginnie Mae. And we look, I'm telling you, man, just look at Vanguard. It's had a couple down here. It's nothing fancy, but you did lose money. If you bought it here and sold it there, you lost money. That's a fact. And this guy's like, yeah, but it's the investor that's lost the money, not the investment. I said, okay, 6 in one hand, half dozen the other. I can't say, as a financial guy who's regulated by the FINRA, SEC, in the state of Georgia, you can't lose money in this. You can't say that. You can't say that, at least if you're a securities regulated. And he's like, it was the weirdest thing ever. I said, dude, I don't know what your problem is. I love Ginnie Mae. Ginnie Mae, I said all the time, is 100 explicitly guaranteed by the federal government. Ginnie Mae guarantees my house to Penn Fed because GinnieMae.gov is a government entity. It's a VA loan. I get it. I don't know what this guy's problem was, but he's really, really upset with the fact that I was saying Ginnie Mae's you could lose money. And I was like, I couldn't say you can't lose money. I literally could not say you can't lose money, even if the investor is making the choices in which he loses money. The facts are the investor could lose money, and as a regulated guy, we're always looking out for the investor, theoretically. So the question that comes to mind is, here's a bigwig. He's in freaking Manhattan, trust me. Just a bigwig who's able to say to people that you cannot lose money in this product. I was like, man, that's crazy. So with the SEC beyond the Baltimore stockbroker, now, let's just say it's a different investment. I don't care what it is. There could be anything. He's calling something else differently. I'm calling price of gold to go up. I don't know what it is. Would you not be inclined to say, after 12 straight months of getting this guy's newsletter, we called it right, hey, maybe this guy knows what he's talking about? Of course you would. And then you invested some money. Look, I'm just using numbers here just to make a point. This guy will know exactly what his cost per acquisition, CPA, cost per acquisition of a client is, and exactly what his average rate of return for a client is. So he knows if it costs me, we got 8 clients costing $20,000. The cost per acquisition would be $2,500. So it costs me $2,500 to get a client, but I'm netting $10,000 for a client. He knows what his average cost per client is, and he knows what his revenue per client will be, and he can just like a machine. That's the story of the Baltimore stockbroker. Man, I'm telling you right now, the issue is the industry and the investment side. They have this thing, I forgot what it's called, where they're putting out funds, and then when the fund doesn't do well, they just wipe it off like it never happened. You've got to be careful, dude. Man, what was it called? I did a blog post on this a while back, probably 2 years ago, which freaking pissed me off. Like, how is this legal? John Bogle talked about this too. I forgot what it's called, but anyway, they bring out these mutual funds to market, and when the mutual fund falls off a cliff and doesn't do well, they cancel it like it never happened. And then they just show you the ones that did well. They say, look at our returns. Yeah, it's freaking corrupt as all can be, man. Don't trust anyone in this business. You can only trust yourself. I'm just telling you right now, always remember the story of the Baltimore stockbroker. All right, we'll see you.